And welcome to What to Watch. Director Christopher Nolan has taken us down the corridors of the mind with Memento, the landscapes of dreams with Inception, the darkened alleyways of Gotham City in the Dark Knight series, and now the expanse of space and time with Interstellar. In Interstellar, Earth faces an inevitable apocalypse, so Cooper, an astronaut played by Academy Award winner Matthew McConaughey, agrees to leave his family, including his young, heartbroken daughter behind, and fly a ship through a wormhole in the hope of finding a suitable planet for humans to inhabit. Joining him on this perilous journey is Dr. Brand, Cooper's brilliant but lonely co-pilot, played by Academy Award winner Anne Hathaway. They and their crew have no guarantees they'll survive, or, even if they do, that the relativity of space travel won't return them to a world they can't even recognize. Meanwhile, as they travel, back on Earth, Academy Award nominee Jessica Chastain's character seeks to find a different salvation for mankind.
5, main engine start.
Couldn't you have told her you were going to save the world?
No.
4,
When you become a parent,
3,
one thing becomes really clear.
2,
And that's that you want to make sure your children feel safe.
1.
I'm coming back.
When?
I love you forever.
I had the opportunity to discuss this ambitious film with co-writer and director, Academy Award nominee Christopher Nolan, and stars Matthew McConaughey and Anne Hathaway. People take what they will out of any film. What do you hope if people walk out of Interstellar and they think this, you're like, yes, I feel good about that.
I think, first and foremost, it's about the experience. If people feel that they've been on a journey, if they feel that they've really gone through something with the characters, that's the sort of emotional response that I'm looking for at the end of the film. If we can make somebody feel that we've lost them in this world, that they've gone on this mission with Matthew's character, Cooper, and really been through all this stuff, that's really what I'm looking for.
Dad, why did you name me after something that's bad?
Oh, we didn't.
Murphy's Law.
Murphy's Law doesn't mean that something bad will happen. It means that whatever can happen will happen.
What's something particularly that you added that you were really glad made it to the final cut? You're like, ah, sweet, that's in.
There was a scene where we're all huddled around, and somebody's arguing with me about going, hey, you've got to think more than just about your kids. And I go, no, I'm thinking about more than just about my kids. I'm thinking about millions and millions of other families as well. And I think I added that on because I didn't think it was as didactic as Cooper was only doing it for his kids. I thought he understood, he absolutely understood the overriding utilitarian mission that he was on. But that didn't take away from the personal incentive of, damn right, I've got my daughters and my family, and I got to get back to them. And we've got to pull this off for them. So the selfish aspect doesn't dismiss the utilitarian aspect of it. And I wanted to make sure it was clear that he understood that about this mission, and that was also important to him.
You had a wonderful anecdote at the press SAG-AFTRA screening last evening, which I think would be heartening to any actor out there. You were in Iceland.
Yes.
You're in cold water.
Yes.
And you're in a 40-pound suit that's filling up with cold water.
Yes.
And you think you're done.
Oh, yeah. Okay, no. Well, at that point, my suit had been filling up with water, so it's 40 pounds normally, but then at a certain point, the water breaks into the suit, and so you have this whatever's underwater is then full of water, so then it's so it's that weight on top of it, and it's the end of the day. We've been filming during daylight hours, so however many there are at that time of the year in Iceland, and the scene involves me running 50 to 100 yards, top speed, as fast as I can from this point to that point. And we've been doing it all day long. And I'm not a quitter, man. I try to, and also, like, you know, I'm on, this is my first day. And I'm on Chris's movie, and I'm so, and I'm, you know, I'm very grateful. I'm aware that a lot of people would love to be in my position. So I'm trying not to complain, and I'm rushing. and I'm doing the scene, and the helicopter, we're resetting, okay. There's a helicopter flying overhead, we're resetting, okay. There's a helicopter flying overhead, we're resetting. Then all of a sudden we do it the last time. The helicopter, which normally resets by going left, goes right. And I think, thank God it's over. We did it, we got through that day. And I suddenly look up and I'm aware I'm in Iceland, which I've never been before, and the sky is beautiful, and it's a sunset, and it's majestic, and I feel so moved that we did it. We got through our day, and I'm able to see the sunset, and so then I thank the sunset, and I thank Iceland, and then because I'm like, I don't know, I'm a little lightheaded or something, I thank all the elves because I feel like I can see all the elves around me, and the first AD drives up in this, this truck with these big wheels because the water's so high, and he rolls down the window, and I expect him to say, "Get in, we're going home," and he goes, "We're reloading." So I just said, "Oh, okay." And he says, "Do you want to come and sit down?" I said, no, and I don't want to even sit down, I can't. So then we went through it, I don't even know how many more times. At the end of the day, I didn't care about the sunset, I didn't care about the elves, I just wanted to go home, have a glass of wine, and I did.
When you get the script, what point are you at? What set are you on, or what are you doing?
I'm working on True Detective in New Orleans, Louisiana.
Wow.
Get it on a Saturday at about 10 a.m. Finished with it at about 3:30 p.m.
Of the films that people will inevitably compare it to, what's one that they will not actually get that influenced this?
I think one that people might not get, or a lot of people might not get, is Warren Beatty's Reds, which, see? Look at that expression immediately.
Wow.
Take a look at it, you'll see what I mean. But I'm influenced by a lot of different films. I mean, people are going to see a lot of 2001 in it. They're going to see a lot of Tarkovsky in it, I think, and Terrence Malick, and a lot of these great filmmakers that I've drawn from. But Warren Beatty's Reds is a big influence with the use of documentary interviews. And that feature, which I was so struck by in his great film, and wanted to try and, I suppose, riff on, or I guess steal from. I mean, I suppose that's the only way, what you've got to say. But yeah, that would be the one that probably isn't getting a lot of attention. But the Right Stuff for 2001 are the obvious ones. But I think Reds is a big influence on that too.
Director Christopher Nolan's films are ambitious